I'm looking, and I don't think this is going to be one that we're going to use either. Actually, this is for more for mastering than it is for actual individual tracks. So let's get rid of that. Let's not do that either. All right. I got a few compressors here, so we're going to go and see what else we got, because I need something that's going to make it sound a little better, and what we just did not work. Okay, so voice compressor, V compressor, voice compressor. That'd probably be the logical thing to choose, wouldn't you think? Okay, so we're at the voice compressor. Again, presets. Now we look here, and of course it's a voice compressor, but it has several options. You've got lead vocals, you got rock vocals, background vocals. So we got 3 options for vocals. Let's see what the lead vocal sounds like on this one. So we selected for the track, and now let's go back and listen to it and see if it makes a difference. I guess I never thought that we would be in this situation. I guess I always thought that love would be a part of us. Guess I should have seen it coming, but I didn't know how you were feeling. Now it adds a subtle change to it. It's better that way than it was the other way. So I like what is done to it. But what I want to do now is just make sure. Now we're going to either stick with that one, or we're going to change to something else. Now that we've got the lead vocal on there, let's change it and see if it sounds better with the rock voice. Yes, I know this is not a rock song. I understand that. But we're going to listen to it and see what it sounds like, and see if it gives it a better, if it colors it better, or if it's better with the other one. So let's listen to it, see what it sounds like. I guess I never thought that we would be in this situation. I guess I always thought that love would be a part of us. Guess I should have seen it coming. And see, I like this one better. It actually works. It sounds better. I mean, it adds a subtle difference. The thing about when you're doing vocals, the one thing you have to realize is when you make a change to it, it's got to be subtle. It's got to be something that you know is there. You can tell the difference when you turn it off and turn it on, but it's not too in your face to the point where it affects the track. This is something that can sit in the background. It adds, clarity. It colors the track a little more, and it doesn't distract you from what you're doing. So that's always a philosophy you want. One of the things that people make a lot of mistakes on when they're mixing vocals is they overdo it. You want to make sure that what you're doing makes it sound better, but it doesn't distract you from the track. You can, in other words, you can hear it, the difference when you remove it, but it sounds natural when it's actually on the track, if that makes sense to you. Okay, we've got a good compression on the track. That sounds good. That's going to probably be something that we're going to put on. Well, we're going to do EQ next, and we're going to do EQ and compression for everything. Now EQ is I'm going to go back to my favorite friend when it comes to doing vocals. I'm going to go back to the API suite, and we're going to choose the 550A mono compressor. Again, this is off from Waves, and I don't get any additional money for saying that, but Waves, they make a lot of good products. I mean, I got to check out the new stuff they've got now, because the extra suite I'm using is a couple of years old. But okay, so let's go ahead and select that. Again, we're going to go to the presets. To get to the presets, you go to load, and then of course we're doing voices, so we're going to go to lead voice first. You've got like 5 different presets you can use: lead, background, and speech 1, speech 2, and speech 3. Let's go with the lead, chorus, and let's listen to it. We're going to listen to it with the effect and without the effect to see what the changes are. So let's go ahead and listen. I guess I never thought that we would be in this situation. Without. I guess I always thought that love would be a part of us. With. Guess I should have seen it coming, but I didn't know how you were feeling. Now you see how that it adds something to it. It brings the vocal alive. The vocal sounds fresher, more. It's more of an exhilarating vocal, more exciting, pretty much, when you add that EQ to it. Now I think that sounds good. Now the ultimate overall test, of course, is to put it in the track. And here's something you need to know too: with adding compression and adding EQ, there's a very good chance you're going to probably have to go back through again, and you're going to have to change the levels. I'm warning you of that before we play this. It's always a good chance, because when you're adding compression to a track, it changes the actual volume. Sometimes you have to go in to the volume section and actually adjust that. But let's see what it sounds like. Here we go. I guess I never thought that we would be in this situation. I guess I always thought that love would be a part of us, but I was wrong. Guess I should have seen it coming, but I didn't know how you were feeling. And now it's much too late to change your mind, 'cause I know that you. Now, when you listen to the vocal that I just did, right, and you listen to the other things that are on there, the other vocal tracks, you can immediately hear the difference. The vocal that I just did, it sounds really, really good, and the actual other vocals, they don't sound as clear because they don't have the same effects. So you know that what we're doing is actually working. I mean, it's obvious. Now, what we're going to do next, because I like that. That sounds good. That lead vocal right now is almost ready to go. We're going to go do the other voices, the other vocals. I'm not going to actually show you those, because if I did, we would take up a whole bunch of time and effort. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and do the other vocals, and then I'm going to come back here and let you listen to what I've done. And then we're going to actually do my favorite part, which is adding a delay. And I'm going to do this a different way that you've probably seen done before. And then after we do the delay, we're going to add a reverb. Reverb is going to have to be important, because we're going to actually create an effect that sounds like it's one effect, but it's going to be a combination of creating the delay. Again, I'm going to do this a way that you don't usually see, but it gives you complete control of what you're doing. I mean, you can set, the delay exactly the way you want to do it. And then I'm going to add some reverb on it. And the combination of the two together are going to make my vocals sound even much stronger. So I'm going to put this on pause, and we're going to do the actual compression and EQ of everything. We're going to come back and do the digital delay and the reverb. Okay, let's go.